Bev again. Bold is beautiful when it comes to your legs, and who wants a saggy butt, right? Or no development in the back of your legs. So today I want to talk about how to grow your hamstrings, and I'm going to throw glutes in too because a lot of exercises hit both of them. Okay, so hopefully you've watched the first video, want to work out better so that you know what I'm talking about in general. But here's the first question. Do you know why they're called hamstrings? Well, apparently back in the 15th century, when they were hanging pigs, they hung them by their leg tendons because the leg tendons were really strong. But the leg tendons were called strings, and they were on either side of the back of the knee and, connected, and they were great for hanging the pigs up. Anyway, that's why they're called hamstrings. Okay, so let's figure out what muscles are involved. And there are actually 3 in your hamstrings, and then of course we have glutes, right? So the biceps femoris, biceps, just like the biceps brachii, have to have 2 heads. And you've got a long head and a short head. The long head is kind of on top, and the short head is deep. It's kind of deeper in the back of the leg. And interestingly, although the long one is part of your hamstrings, the short one technically is not, but too much information, right? This one is more on the inside, and this one's more on the side of the back of your leg. Okay, and then we have your glutes, which has maximus and medius. So the maximum is the back, and the medius is kind of on the side of your butt. Okay, so let's, there are many exercises that do them all, but let's talk about some that are very specific to these. And the first thing for the biceps femoris are lying leg curls, right? And when I do those, I use a machine. And if you're doing a lying leg curl, don't cheat, okay? You want to, when you start the movement, just lift your knees off the end off that pad, and then do your movement, bringing the legs up. And don't be lifting your hips off that pad. I mean, if you start moving all these other joints, you are not challenging those hamstrings like you really want to, okay? You may have to lower the weight to do it properly. Seated leg curls for these, number 2 and 3, and I say complete the movement. If you're on a seated curl machine and you're just doing it up here, you're not challenging those hamstrings in the back of your legs. I mean, you've got to complete the movement. You have to bring your legs all the way down as far as you can to shorten those hamstring muscles, to contract them, and then you're really working them, okay? There's no point in doing a partial movement. And glutes, Romanian deadlifts, of course, they'll work all 4, and the glute raises will do your glutes, okay? Now, that is not to say that there aren't many multi-joint lower body exercises that are going to, they'll all do this to some degree, right? But squats, lunges, step-ups, step-downs kind of are traditionally thought of as quad exercises. But don't forget, they also work your hamstrings and your glutes to some degree. I do want to say that walking lunges, when I talked about the quad exercises, I was saying foot placement and toe angle and all that kind of stuff. Well, with walking lunges, the shorter your stance, the more you're going to target the top of your legs, your quads. But if you lengthen your stance, that is, step out a little further, you are going to target your glutes, right? Your butt a little more than the quads. So depending on what your goals are, okay? You can tackle the lunges either way. And the other thing I want to say about lunges, instead of just carrying dumbbells or plates at the side of your body as you do your lunges, get a barbell and put the weight up on your shoulders. And what that does, when you raise the weight further away from the floor, your ab core stabilizing muscles have to work a lot harder to keep you balanced. So just a point of information there. And I want to say, if you're doing a whole body day. You don't have to do your hamstrings because you're going to be challenging them with other compound lower leg exercises anyway. So why waste your time doing them? You got a lot of muscles to cover in a whole body day. And in general, if we're looking at hamstrings and glutes, the minimal thing that you must do is do at least one hip extension exercise, like a deadlift, and do at least one knee flexion extension. So that would be a curl, okay? Do 4 to 6 sets, 10 to 15 reps, 2-3 times a week. And then, of course, play around with increasing your weight. Focus on full range of motion, good form, maximum contractions. Don't be cheating. And you're going to see a difference, right? Okay, so I shall see you in the next video, and have a great day.